Words have inextricable power.
The power to sway the mind and soul.
And to walk truth incarnate itself for its own machinations.
Words, the template blade of tongue.
A person's lost words can bear meaning beyond our comprehension.
The final sword swung, the last arrow dropped.
A scream into the unknown. A plea to the heavens.
I would choose to make sweet departure.
What are our lost words but the concluding sentence to a story?
Embark with us, if you will, as we endeavor forwards.
To discover the true meaning of words and the stories they build.
And as you stare into the void, don't be afraid to ask.
Nec ultima verba.
Nec ultima verba.
Nec ultima verba.
Nec ultima verba. And any last words?
Jaden under his notes has written with under the large main head title, Indians, underneath, bots.
Hey, I'm just the notes guy. I hear and I talk.
He is the
you know.
notes guy.
I tread on a couple of snakes.
You
Yeah.
just stepped on
Just
the
red
snakes.
red bellies.
Huh?
Oh,
You stepped on
wow.
a red belly?
Exactly. You can't boil eggs without shedding blood. Or is that for satanic rituals? I feel like you're the kind of person who'd eat like those semi-formed duck embryos inside of
Balut?
the egg. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's very Filipino.
I'm not going to pronounce it
Oh.
because I
No.
butcher it. Hello and welcome to the Words Any Last podcast, rated 4.95 stars on a reputable site on the internet. Someone's mother must really hate koalas or marijuana or something because they gave us a measly 4.93.
That's
That's
weak.
disgusting.
It is disgusting.
Too many Karens.
How could you
out
do
there.
that? Too many Karens out there.
Too many Karens.
Too many Karens. Any amount of Karens is too many. And once again, he's late. You know, like, this isn't going to be...
Should we let him in?
Do we even let him in at this point? I think we have to. Okay, he's getting a bit angry. Let him in.
Okay, look.
What is it this time, Captain Excuses?
It's not an excuse. This was actually quite an enchanting experience.
Well, it better be a magical carpet ride from Kevin Hart.
Oh, even better. It was a magical carpet ride from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Oh.
It involved a puddle of water. He splashed me with it after driving his car right past me.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm drenched.
Oh.
Yes.
That sounds...
You are a bit damp.
You do look a little bit
Little
damp,
bit.
but your clothes are so crisp and clean and white. How did that happen?
He felt bad, so he tossed me one of his extra large shirts. So
I
that's
was
why it
wondering
doesn't
why you
exactly
were wearing
fit.
a dress.
Yeah, that's why
I
it looks
wasn't
like
going
I'm
to
wearing a
comment
dress.
on it because I feel like it's a progressive movement for men to be wearing women's clothing. Like
Is it?
so, I feel like it is.
We're trying to be politically correct
That's
here.
fair
You
enough.
I
look
suppose-
very nice.
You do.
This is still a man's
Now
shirt.
that I know it's just
a very
men's
tall
clothing.
man's shirt.
Exactly. But yeah, so now that we're all here, we are now finally the Last Words Any podcast.
Woo!
Woo! Together, whole again.
Wonderful.
Here we are, absolutely wonderful. And once again, I keep knocking this table and I don't know if it's going to show up in the recording. We'll find out.
Let's
Perfectly
hope not.
fine.
Fat,
Anyways.
6'2", long ass leg knees.
We should introduce ourselves
Big boy.
for any
We
new
should.
viewers.
That's
Once
true.
again, the man who won't shut the fuck up is me. It's Calan. I talk a lot and allegedly I'm smart. I don't think so because I
We all
have
think
drinking
so.
problems. But anywho,
We all
the
think
sexy
he's
man
very
over
Welcome,
here
Calan.
who doesn't speak enough.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is I, Jaden. I am the guest that appears every episode, and I'm here for a good time.
Absolutely
hello.
lovely.
Here, here.
Thank you.
Woo!
Here.
Another.
Adjacent to him we have...
Hi, I'm Jay. How's it going? I am artist and musician. I do stuff sometimes.
We don't say Jay's real name because
Oh,
if you
yes.
heard her real name, your ears would immediately start bleeding, your brains would start
It's in
boiling.
a different language, so if you
It
hear
is.
it, you mere mortals. You
Exactly.
will die,
Yes.
and that's okay.
And you can
It's all
find her on what Instagram page?
At ghosting_Jarly on Instagram and Twitter. I'm starting to use that a little more, but you know,
Little
it doesn't
bit.
matter.
It'll probably be in the description.
It'll be
Exactly.
there.
Like the last time.
Exactly.
Which it wasn't.
Which it wasn't. Definitely wasn't.
That was ghosting_jolly. for
exactly how it
everyone.
sounds.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yes.
And across
Last but
from
most
me.
certainly potentially least, but I'd like to say not.
Hello, I'm Brandon. I'm the one who should not be talking, but here I am anyways. Yeah, how are you all?
It's okay, we still love
Not
you.
bad.
Very smooth.
A little
Thank you.
bit.
You're doing great, Brandon.
Yeah.
Thank
You're
you.
doing great.
I
Everyone
try-
in
I
the
try my
everyone in
hardest.
the audience, please comment how great Brandon is.
Mm.
Exactly, he
Show
needs a
some
pep
love.
talk every now and then.
He does.
See,
Yeah.
they're just trying to butter me up before they rip me back down.
Yeah, but
Yes,
that
yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Gotta balance it out.
Yeah.
But it's okay, because
okay.
who doesn't like being buttered up on occasion, you know?
butter is
Me?
good.
Because
on
I know
toast.
what comes next.
Yeah, butter's good on a lot of things, but I feel like you can take butter too far. Deep fried butter, for example.
No,
Just sticks of butter covered in batter
no.
and then deep fried.
That's very American.
You don't
It's
have
ex-
to. do
that's
that.
because it
Very
is American.
Yep.
You can buy it at Walmart.
What?
Oh.
Yeah,
Who?
Really?
What do you? Is there a reason?
to eat.
Okay.
That's what she said.
Fair enough.
That's the butter.
Thank
talking.
you for my great timing gut. That was, yeah.
That's right into the microphone.
Yeah,
It's a pretty
exactly.
hot day today, so we have some lemonade with us.
This is
Yes.
true.
They're only mini cans, and I'm
they
not going to
are.
say the brand because we're not sponsored.
Exactly.
Oh, right, yep.
Not by them
Generic
anyways.
lemonade can brand.
Yay.
They sell cans of lemonade.
Nice.
Lemonade in a can.
Lemonade in a
Exactly.
can.
You can acquire your lemonade in a can.
Lemonade in a can.
Lemonade in a can. Although it's
Lemonade.
not all aluminum, or actually aluminium as normal people say it. Fuck you, America.
You're not
Because,
saying it right.
Exactly. Aluminium just sounds more poetic and it's
It does.
archaic and it's interesting instead of aluminum.
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 Aluminium. Thank you very much.
Very
But yeah,
bad.
there's actually a very thin coating of plastic on the inside of aluminium cans, which actually prevents that metallic taste from getting onto like the contents
yeah,
on the
yeah,
inside.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And if you actually cover a can in a metal called gallium, it's actually highly erosive to other metals, but you can hold it in the palm of your hand. The gallium's very interesting. But yeah, it'll actually just erode away the metal but leave the plastic. So you can just see like the hollow shell of the plastic of the can, which I think is cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Science is kind
There's
of
a
cool.
message in that.
There is a message in there somewhere.
Yeah.
If you found the message, write it down in the comments below.
Yeah,
Make
'cause
us
Brandon
sound
is
more
struggling.
profound.
Brandon can't see it.
You know how they have a little something on the inside? Do they do something similar with glue? Because, like, how does glue not stick to the inside of a glue
Oh my
ball?
God.
Well, I mean, it's just one large coagulative mass, so it just, it just
But if
doesn't.
that was on, like, a
thicken.
table.
Like it's the exposure to air, I suppose, or like how it's the small amount of massive glue combined with the fact that it's exposed to air and then being like spread out, kind of thing. I don't. It's just like the
Yes.
surroundings of glue which makes it firm up. But like when it's in like a vat of glue, then it's
Oh, right,
perfectly
sorry.
fine.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it would be nice
Yeah.
if Jaden sat next to his mic while he asked me a question and I
Oh,
stumbled
good,
to
oh,
answer it
good.
to the best of my ability.
No,
I was
it's
not
all good.
anticipating glue.
No, that's alright. It was just always on my mind, like, how does glue, like,
Not-
it's sticky. How does it not get
True.
out of...
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it does though. Like it sticks on the inside of the glue bottle. You just sort of like squeeze the liquid parts past it, you know?
But what about glue sticks?
Well, I mean that's
just
just
sticks of glue.
that's just sticks of glue.
True.
Oh,
like the
'cause
inside of
inside
the
I
glue
didn't
stick
think
still
about that
gets
question.
sticky. It just
I really
it's
didn't
not
think
like you
that
open up
question
the
through.
cap and you can't just stick your finger in the lid and it will just come out perfectly fine. It's
True.
all sticky.
That's very
Just
true.
small sacrifices, let it stick.
Let it stick.
That is-
Let it stick.
Let it stick.
Let it stick.
Yes.
Let's not let this gag stick any longer. Funny segue. So yeah, today's just another day recording
Yes, it
at
is.
the second location
Second location
of the
game.
Any Last Words Last podcast.
The
We are
weekend
no
base.
longer in the studio.
Exactly.
Which
We're
rent
renovating
out.
the studio. There was an air
Yes.
conditioning
Yes.
fault last time we were in there, and it started dripping torrential rains on top of our heads.
Which is
So
why
we've
there's
decided
no
to just
audience.
Yeah, we've just decided to have the whole place ripped down and then we're going to rebuild it. So for now, we're just in a admittedly smaller when it comes to surface
Brandon
area.
McJay's house.
Just a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, we're in the penthouse essentially. It's
Yes.
on like a 15th floor and just some
It's all
generic
to
building.
myself.
Exactly. We've got the whole floor. We have to share with other people, unfortunately, like people below us and people above us, you know, on their floors.
It was all we could get. My dad knew a guy,
Yeah.
so this was the best we could do.
There was an Irish dance group on the floor above us, like for the
Dance
past
group.
couple of days. That's been great, you know, just all
Oh,
that
we love
feet
these Irish
rumpus,
chicks.
exactly.
Yes.
And
This is
below
very good
us.
entertainment, though.
It is very good entertainment, and it is ensuring that the structural integrity of our ceiling is, you know, in check. Like if they fell through, then we'd know to call someone and then have the whole building knocked down and then rebuilt.
That's true.
Exactly.
Now we
So
have to find another studio.
then we would. We'd
Yeah.
have to buy another building.
We'll just buy
But
everything
luckily,
out.
this was available.
Exactly.
Yes.
And
Thank you,
downstairs
Brandon's
was an
dad.
opera singer, but that wasn't too bad because
Honestly,
we just
you
yelled
shouldn't.
louder.
Which we can do.
We can do.
We can.
I won't do that now.
Do we want to hear from our sponsor?
Do we feel like hearing from our sponsor today, ladies and
Think
gentlemen?
we can.
I think we
Let's
can.
take a vote. Let's take a vote. Say aye.
I
Aye. Ooh.
Oh,
I'm joking.
Controversial.
I do.
Of course, of course.
please introduce the name of our sponsor for today.
Anywho, today's episode is sponsored by Jaden's Sauce Incorporated. We provide your every solution to your every condiment needs.
That sounds amazing. Could
Yes, it
you
is.
set out what would be an instance where I would need a condiment?
So, for example, you are at a baby shower at Botanical Gardens.
As you do. I've been in that situation many
Of course,
times.
of course,
We're
yes.
definitely gonna have to bleep that name out.
Of course, something Botanical Gardens, and you ordered chips, and for some reason they just had no ketchup. Well,
Disgusting.
of course, we provide your every solution needed, which really is only mayonnaise. You only need mayonnaise.
So,
Well,
I would.
what if you
beg
need
to
something
differ.
else?
You don't.
What about aioli?
Oh, actually, okay, well, here we go.
Okay.
Variations of mayonnaise. Now that is the spice of life.
What about tomato sauce?
Tomato sauce, well, if you mix it with mayonnaise, then I'll give you a pass.
What about barbecue sauce?
Mix it with mayonnaise.
I do have a
But how do
barbecue
we
and
get the
mayo
barbecue?
mix at home.
Mustard,
That's
Tomato and
Dijonnaise.
mayo is actually pretty good.
It is pretty good.
garlic sauce.
That's
Garlic
aioli.
Oh, that is?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yes. Aioli is garlic mayonnaise.
I did not know that.
Is
and
it?
then you have truffle
Yeah.
mayonnaise,
Oh,
and then
God.
you have like the chipotle spicy mayonnaise.
As you do.
What about chili sauce?
Yeah, that's like the
spicy.
spicy
mayonnaise.
This is working out very well.
Yes, this is
Anyways,
going great.
thank
Our
you for our
sponsors are very happy
sponsor.
with
Thank
us.
you very much
Yes.
Yeah.
for
that
giving
was
us
amazing.
vast
Thanks,
sums of
Jaden
money.
Sauce.
This is really fast laning us through the episode most effectively.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys know
No,
there's a
I
DC
didn't.
supervillain called the Condiment King?
I
Yes,
did
there is
actually. Yeah.
Batman's
It's
Batman
one-
villain.
Batman villain. One of the most hilarious things ever.
He's technically minor villain, but he's
Yeah.
hilarious. He got a cameo in the Lego Batman film, which is the only film to have ever given him a cameo.
I think he's in the new Suicide Squad,
I think so. Yeah,
Of
like
course.
they featured him
Oh,
in the
yes.
Suicide Squad trailer, which is coming out.
and he's gonna die.
Oh, there's
but
He
another one?
almost they're making another one.
it's a
Yes.
better one. It's the guy who
That's
directed it is
Gun.
James
James
Gunn,
Gunn.
the
Oh,
same one who did
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Oh,
big
nice.
brain man.
Yeah.
He's spreading out.
Yeah.
That's good.
And now we get the Condiment King on the big
Yes.
screen before we get a Robin, so that's lovely.
It's like kind
Oh.
of a redo.
Which is kind of hilarious, actually.
Wow, that is really sad.
Just like one of DC's most prominent characters is practically his own entity at this point. He's not even Batman's sidekick. He's a legacy.
Yeah.
Literally.
He is a
because, Yeah,
legacy.
there is no one Robin. It is a legacy which
Yep.
each consecutive Robin either lives up to or exceeds upon.
Mm.
Or dies.
Or dies, yeah.
Or dies.
They're very good at dying.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
they've made it an art form. We love art forms on the Any Last Words podcast.
Yes, we do.
Be
yes,
that
we do.
dying or
Painting.
painting
We
or
love painting.
killing the environment.
And the Condiment King is one of those art pieces.
Yeah.
I would say so.
Yeah, he's something that we that's underappreciated that we learn to appreciate.
Yes,
I would
we
say.
do. Yes,
Yes.
we do.
We
Yeah.
So
sure do.
poetic.
That's our
We
motto,
do.
I think. Yeah.
I say so.
Yeah. Something
Yeah.
like that.
Did you guys actually get to see the first Suicide Squad movie?
Yes.
I did, yes.
Bits and pieces.
Mm.
And
The only thing that attracted me to there was that 21 Pilots had a song for it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yes.
remember like when people noticed that, like it was. I just listened to that non-stop leading up to the
Yeah.
movie before I was tainted by the movie.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Even the way that they used the music was really bad as well.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, can't wait for this epic fight scene with this in
I
it.
know.
And then it was like just little snippets of montages with the song
Yeah.
over it. I was like, no.
It's
Yeah.
like
My favorite band.
I know Jaden is probably the biggest DC fan here.
Kind of.
arguable.
Did Suicide Squad live up to your expectations?
No, not really. Like
Yeah,
it was
compared
it was,
to the original material.
Of
I mean, you
course.
go on, but yeah.
It was a solid movie, but they were not bold at all. I mean, like, I'm not sure if you've seen like the animated
Oh, yeah.
Suicide Squad, but you know, like the premise of Suicide Squad, it's a very kind of darker, more like, you know, risky kind of take on a team or any kind of, you know, superhero stuff. So
They tried to encapsulate that, but they really rushed.
yes,
Like they literally rushed all the character introductions in the first 5 minutes over fucking dinner.
yeah.
And yeah, they certainly excluded a lot of what was considered core of the original Suicide Squad, like a lot when it came to members and so on, like Shark King. I mean, they're only bringing him out now in the new one that they're making. And Superboy featured in the original, I believe. Or just like in one of the many variations
Yes,
of
yes.
Suicide Squad. I got a couple of the different comics and whatnot from back then. Yeah, it's like they underperformed. A lot of people feel when it came to like the cast or like who was brought up. Like
Joker.
the man who can climb anything. You knew that they were gonna kill him off in a couple minutes.
Honestly, I actually forgot that one guy was actually killed off.
Exactly.
It was so just. It just didn't matter
It's
at
so
all. I
irrelevant.
forgot until I watched reviews and I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that did happen.
I don't think they even introduced him at the beginning with all the
No.
other like characters. They
He
just
was just kind of
chucked
there.
him in. The same with
Yeah.
who's the chick with the katana? Is it
Katana.
is it-
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
just katana. Yeah, that's right. She's her own thing, and she's an amazingly deep and well written character in the DC universe.
She's not even a villain, right?
Yeah, I
But
mean,
did she die?
she does a lot of things. Like she has her lover's soul in her katana and all kinds of crazy shit.
Whoa, that's cool.
I know. And they just bring her in 30 minutes. By the way, this is Katana. Don't touch her sword.
Yeah.
And then she sits there broodingly the entire time.
She's Batman.
She is new Batman, except Batman's in the film.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Technically, he's the reason why they even have half of
And
them.
the
but that was
Flash as
just-
well.
Yeah, that felt half-assed.
So
I
it's
mean, the
really
whole
good
movie
that
was.
yeah,
Yeah.
James Gunn is gonna try and take a newer
Yes.
take on it. Obviously,
Yeah.
the other
Revive it, revitalize it.
Even the name, it's like kind of a joke
Yeah.
about the first one, the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh, no.
hopefully he can, you know, take it to
Yeah.
places the first one they were just not
Yeah.
ready.
No.
to-
Are we fans of the Jared Leto Joker?
No.
Like, did anyone-
Only edgy people.
Yeah.
It was all right for a change.
It's
Like,
Yeah. There was
interesting.
potential, I guess.
there was
yeah,
yeah,
definitely,
something
definitely.
to
It
it.
just felt too
Much.
much. Yeah, like he's damaged, written on his forehead. Like you know,
It's like,
Yeah.
okay.
it's we know he's damaged. He's the bloody
Yeah.
Joker. Yeah.
You don't have to
shouldn't-
literally
yeah,
write
it's
it on
literally
his
show,
forehead.
not
Yeah.
not tell,
Yeah.
rather than just like literally writing it on his forehead.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah.
He had more like screen time. Not really, but you could say he had more screen time in the music videos than anything else.
Yeah,
like in
certainly.
Skrillex'
They were
fucking
hyping him
couple
up,
Lamborghini.
and like the aesthetic
yeah.
that came with him.
Yeah, like it was.
Yeah.
It's just I think
Like,
the problem.
oh, new Joker! We're revolutionizing what it means to be the Joker in a live-action film.
I think the problem comes from comparing him to the other Jokers
Yeah.
that we've
Yeah.
seen. Like
Because
That's
like
true.
standing
Yeah.
up to
Ledger.
Heath Ledger,
Yeah, it's hard to
exactly.
compete.
Yeah. Especially, I think during like, in to get into his character, he did some method acting kind
A lot
of
of
things.
them do that.
where it's
Jared
very-
Leto's method acting was
I don't think it's method acting. It's being more of a prick than anything
He was just
else.
being a cunt. Like, wasn't he just leaving dead animals around
Yeah,
the set?
he
Oh,
sent
yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Use condoms.
He said, yeah,
in
yeah.
envelopes to his
Like,
co-actors. Like, who the hell does that?
it was like it's an attempt at method acting, but
It's
it
an
wasn't.
attempt.
It's an attempt, but it just sort of turned him sadistic almost,
Yes.
and not in like a Jokerish way. Like, this will be funny.
More just
kind
like,
of way,
I'm
just,
so edgy.
I'm the Joker, baby.
Yeah.
Basically.
But yeah.
well,
Compared to like what Heath Ledger was doing,
Yeah.
because he stayed in the character of the Joker like for the entire time recording that trilogy and whatnot.
He did like psychology.
He genuinely needed help after that.
Yeah.
That was some insane shit, and it essentially ruined his personal life. Yes, but like it wasn't dead animals and used condoms and so on.
No.
It was
no.
he was the Joker.
Yeah.
That's what the method acting should. I mean, I'm not saying that people should go out of their way to
To make
do
themselves
that to
insane.
themselves.
Yeah.
But like you have to appreciate the dedication to the art and whatnot, and just the amount of power that evoked from him compared to what Jared Leto was doing. No disrespect to Jared. No disrespect
Yes,
for
disrespect.
Jared Leto for sending people use condoms and dead animals and crap, and being a bastard.
Just a bad person.
I know.
Yeah. And now he's with Marvel, so
Wait, is he?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's what's it called?
Morbius?
Yeah,
Morbius.
Yeah. Oh,
What
it's
is
actually
that?
fun.
Although that's
It's
I've got faith in Morbius.
Dude, I haven't even
Because
heard of that.
it's another Sony like solo
Yeah.
film because they've done Venom recently. Now they're also moving on to Morbius, and they're gonna have their own like Sony connected universe kind of thing going,
Oh,
like
cool.
a Morbius and
Venom.
Venom. There we go. They're like in their own connected tissue
Yeah.
universe, and I mean that's leading to some interesting points because in one of the Venom movies there's some like a graffiti of Spider-Man, but like one of the old Sam Raimi Spider-Man. So yeah, like one of the previous actors, like his suit back in the day. I've forgotten which actor, so I'm not gonna try and guess. But yeah, so like they're hinting that like I mean Spider-Man exists in that world, and they also had one of the actors, the actor who plays Scorpion in the current trilogy with
Is that with the
Tom
Punch
Holland.
Man? Oh.
Yeah, it was one of the blokes in the prison. Like he's got a scorpion tattoo. His name is Matt Gargan.
Right.
You would have like I noticed that as soon as I was like in the cinema, like when I saw his name pop up, Matt Gargan. Oh, that's the Scorpion. Yeah, so like
sure the
he's an
Vulture.
actor. Yeah, the Vulture as well. Like they're all like intermingled into these different
Ooh.
movies very silently.
That's good.
Yeah, and now they're bringing out Ultimate Carnage, which is like that's going to be the Venom sequel, which is apparently coming out this year. They're
Is
really
it
trying to
really?
pump it out. Yeah,
Wow.
like they were aiming for this year last I checked. And
Whoa.
in the original comics, Ultimate Carnage required a team up between Venom, Spider-Man, Morbius, and like a half a dozen other like Avenger type characters, like
Yeah.
Captain America as well.
Wow.
I
Carnage is
believe.
crazy.
Yeah, Carnage is insane. I can't wait to see that. Like, that's going to be
Yeah.
amazing.
Because Venom is just like a thug, but imagine Carnage. It's a
Venom,
symbiote
yeah.
plus like a psychopath, like murderer.
Yeah.
So like
Oh,
the two
that's right.
combined.
Yeah,
is
like
actually
Venom
Carnage.
has like a
Actual
weird
Carnage,
fascination. I mean, in the comics of Spider-Man, but he's like an anti-hero kind of thing where he'll like rip off Spider-Man's head and then help a child from drowning because he loves innocence. Carnage is, off of Cletus Cassidy, who's in prison for a reason. He's, convicted for 60 plus murders or some shit and claiming more. And how he's like drinking people's blood and all kinds of shit.
Wow,
He's a messed up
crazy.
mind. He burnt his own
Oh,
orphanage down.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Only a bit crazy.
Just
Little
a
bit.
little bit.
And then they give him the most powerful symbiote up to date at that point.
Oh, that's not gonna. Oh.
Yeah, maximum carnage.
Ah.
It's gonna look good.
It will look good. I can't wait to see that.
I can't wait either.
Yes.
And Morbius, hopefully that will go well as well.
Yeah, it
Jared
looks
Leto.
good from the trailers.
He
I
was
quite
trying
like
to
it.
get into character a bit as well.
He was
like setting himself aside, like I don't
Yeah.
know. He was like distancing himself from
Yeah.
society for a bit. I don't know if it was like a month or something. He was just in like
like that
I don't know.
transitionary period
Yeah.
where he became Morbius, like
Yeah.
the semi-vampire figure and whatnot.
yeah. But then like during that like month or couple weeks, he didn't realize COVID happened. So then he comes out and he like can't do anything. Like, all right, I'm just like stuck here,
guess
and then
just, yeah.
so yeah, that was funny. But yeah, hopefully he does well in this one. As you said, a lot of
Yeah.
potential.
I mean, I
He's
suppose
got a
like,
redemption arc waiting for
Yeah.
him. Hopefully
Yeah.
he
hopefully
actually
this
takes
is
it.
it.
Yeah.
Because Sony's aiming to put him in other things, so
Yeah, so you better do
he
good.
better do good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really
Fingers
enjoyed the
Yeah.
Venom movie. I thought it was
Yeah.
really cool.
It
Yeah.
was good. Like I
Mhm.
like it when I mean I think we might have gone over this, but I like it when adaptations are adaptations, and they're good. Like, there's being truthful to the source material, but then there's acknowledging the source material and then constructing upon it in a way that'll actually please the fans.
Yeah.
Rather than just like seeing it in a way where you're half-assed trying to like stay true to the material, but also butchering it.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Netflix adaptation, like put sex in it. You know, that'll make it edgy.
Yeah.
Or at Milan, where they changed things unnecessarily,
Sounds
but then also
terrible.
made it a play-by-play just reshoot of the original.
We'll talk about
Milan.
We will.
Disney remakes.
Oh
one day.
yeah,
Just- yeah.
Disney in general.
We
Yeah,
will
that should be
talk
another
about
episode.
Disney remakes
Yeah.
someday. That'll be its
Yeah.
own episode.
Because that is a big
Yeah.
conversation.
Even though you haven't like,
Yeah.
properly seen any.
No, I don't want to, but
I do
feel
not
like I'm gonna have
desire it.
to.
Yeah,
Some
we
of
might
them-
have to for our
He
own
has to
educational
study for our
purposes.
next episode.
We
Some
do.
of them
Yeah.
do have merit, but like.
I know, like
Yeah.
Aladdin,
The
at least, like
Some of
Will
them.
Smith, he kind of put in the effort.
He
to-
did.
But
yeah.
it's still, there's no
It's
point other
still
than
the
to make
fact
money.
that they're
Yeah.
just remaking it. They're,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're trying to be creative, like, oh, what if the genie had a love interest?
What?
Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah,
what
that's
they
right.
did. It was a
Really?
yeah.
Oh god. I told myself I wouldn't watch those because
Then I
I knew
didn't,
it's
'cause-
just the same thing,
Yeah.
but just looks different.
And it's
So
not as
I did
good.
it, and I
Beauty
still
and the
haven't.
Beast was fun.
Apparently
I was-
that one was good.
Allegedly, it was decent.
Like it wasn't
Yeah.
perfect. But
I-
I will defend that one at least. Milan.
Yeah, I saw enough of it, like where I didn't feel offended by it. I didn't feel offended that they went and did that to a perfectly good movie.
Yeah.
I mean, and the bonus songs too, like.
Oh yeah,
soundtrack.
naturally.
Gotta love
Yeah.
it for that.
Dun, 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 like Gaston. Dun, dun,
I love that song.
Yes.
Anyways, before we get copyright strikes.
I only said one word.
Yeah.
That's
Gaston.
enough.
Gaston.
It's Disney. Careful,
Shit. Fuck.
Disney. No,
They got a team of lawyers just waiting.
Yeah, they're in the
For the
corner.
Oh my god, my phone's ringing. It's got a picture of Mickey Mouse as the call number.
We gotta get Jim to defend us.
Jim, get on that. Thank you. Jim's our lawyer. He's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You're on your own.
The Disney ninjas are coming for us.
Okay.
But yeah.
Are we,
That was fun.
are we ready to move on to...
Damn it, we missed 420.
Damn it.
It's 421.
No.
We missed Weed Minute. Now Snoop Dogg isn't gonna come down from the chimney and give us weed because
Maybe
you know, like
that's
you have
not.
to do the summoning thing at 420
damn
exactly. I know. I've been waiting for it.
You were busy chanting Gaston.
I know.
Yeah,
You
that's
know
what
what?
you
That's
get.
what I get. That's the Disney ninjas right there. They pushed time forward by a minute so I wouldn't get my Snoop Dogg Christmas weed. Oh no.
Okay, are we
Yeah.
ready to move on to...
If you say next segment, I will kill you.
Are we ready
We've given Brandon some constructive feedback, and it's to be a little more subtle because I'm not sure if you guys heard.
They haven't heard that one yet. They haven't heard
They will
They
They
never
will, but they...
someday.
Anyways,
When that
we
episode comes
recorded
out.
an episode, and
Everyone.
his segues were terrible.
Yeah.
We were trying to go from one topic to another.
our next segment on the Word document here.
Literally breaking the fourth wall and the immersion that we're trying to put our audience in. He's just like, hey, sport.
I think
Sport!
I think his flaws are endearing to an extent.
They
you know?
are.
They
I
are.
heard you were a geek.
That's exactly what he said, word for word.
Just read off the.
So let's
non-existent
give him a
doc.
second try. Brandon, here's
Go
your
again.
redemption arc.
Do it. This is your Morbius.
I don't
Go
deserve it. But we don't even know if that's going to be good yet. So.
Well, I liked the soundtrack of the trailer.
Well, you know what? We'll
good.
say it now, and if it is crap, then we know.
Alrighty then, here we go.
Moving on.
I'm not going to say anything except for... I'm just going to jump straight into it. How's about that? Yeah.
That can work.
Awesome.
I'm not cutting any of this.
Okay. All good.
Your blunders are now public.
Whoa.
That's fair enough. Here we go.
Oh, okay.
Hey!
Sweet. Alrighty, ladies and
I'm on
gents.
the offbeat.
I was on the.
Welcome to Brandon's comprehensive, contemplative, capricious, and capacious, yet very casual, cliched conversation.
This is my favorite part of the show.
Yeah!
Very cute, very cute.
We got our live studio audience on
Oh, they
Zoom
are
here.
back.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
right.
on Zoom.
They're,
Of
yeah,
course.
they're all on Zoom. They're trained
Yes.
to clap exactly when needed.
Exactly. Now, if
Exactly.
you haven't been here before, this is the mini show where we talk about basically the finest tropes in fiction, as well as some of the most nasty cliches that really make you want to pull your hair
Such
out.
as my ex-wife.
Righty then, let's talk
Very
about
nice.
death.
Oh.
Death.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lovely.
Death. Okay.
Interesting.
Death.
Tell us
And
more.
Do go on. Like,
Yeah.
what kind of death are we talking about?
That's very true, very true. So basically, death, it's an important part of life. But,
Well, you could say that louder so people could
well,
hear that.
Yeah.
they don't want to hear this existential dread,
They're not
so
ready
I'm
for
just
it.
going to
They're
say
not
we're going to be
prepared.
talking about character deaths specifically.
Okay, so not my inevitable death.
No.
Oh my.
Damn.
No.
Or yeah, Jay's. What
We're
about
talking
Jay's?
about mine?
Or
What about mine?
James?
No,
Look,
yes.
No.
No, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not turning up to
Okay.
your funeral. I'll be dead by then.
That's fair enough, but
We'll
yeah.
wheel you in.
Just like put my coffin up in the corner somewhere, just like stand it up. Just like put it in the pews somewhere.
Yeah.
Just lay it down and stand it up as everyone stands up and sits down. Slam it on the ground and everyone has to kneel.
Sorry,
I mean,
Brandon, go
it's
on.
all good. No, this is part of the fun because death is fun.
It
It's
is fun. I agree.
It's fun when you get to watch your favorite characters in your favorite television shows die.
That is
You
fun.
know, like
It's my favorant part.
exactly
Wow.
like how Iron Man died, like how Thanos died.
Oh,
Like,
spoilers.
We're going
Whoa,
straight
whoa,
to it.
whoa,
Okay.
Whoa!
Brandon really went.
Jeez,
Yes, you watched
Brandon.
Marvel, right?
It's been out for like 2 years now. It's fine.
That's
Has it?
not that
Fuck.
long.
What should I wait 10 more years
Yes.
just in case?
Yes.
Okay. Did you guys know Batman dies at some stage?
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah.
He's human.
He's only human, yeah.
Yeah,
Come
he
on,
gets
Brandon.
old.
Honestly.
He gets old.
If
Exactly.
anything, Batman Beyond is one of the better Batman series, in my opinion.
fair enough,
Where he
fair
gets
enough.
old. But anyways,
This
go
is
on.
true.
Yeah, character death. It's I should probably look at my notes, huh?
So, like, are we talking plot significant point deaths, or are we talking like deaths used willy nilly for no good reason?
It's
What are we thinking?
there's a lot of both, isn't
There
there?
is.
Because sometimes death is just there to add drama to a story, kind of to add some sense of stakes when there still
Yeah.
really isn't, because they'll just kill
Like
off a
just
side character, like
Killing off a
Slipknot.
side character, yeah. Like
Slipknot,
killing
the
off.
man who can climb anything. Yeah,
That was his name? I
Yeah.
didn't even know his
that was his
name.
name.
We talked
I
about
didn't
the
know that
band. I was like, wow.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
like, wait, they killed off Slipknot?
Yeah,
I did think that at first.
The entire band and just gunned them down.
exactly. Well, that was his name. They killed him off. They killed off the guy who could breathe fire, and the
It's
lady.
actually kind of cool.
He was the only decent one there.
Exactly. But
Which is kind of sad.
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind death. It's something that a lot of writers can either use as a cheap tactic to
Yeah,
make
like they'll
the story
resort to
better.
it.
Yeah, or it could be really well done,
Mm.
which in one of the cases I'd like to talk about here, we have Red Dead Redemption.
As one does.
And I'm not going to spoil it because if you haven't seen
Well-
the game, no,
You already spoiled something else. You might as well spoil it
Look.
now.
that's everyone has seen Endgame. Let's be real.
Yeah, but what
Yeah.
you're insinuating here is that you're going to talk about a death of a character in a game which you're
I'm
not
not-
going to try and spoil.
I'm
So you're
not-
just going to talk vaguely about a death without telling anyone what the death is.
I didn't plan.
Talk
this
about
that
Star
well.
Wars as something which has happened a long time ago. If you're gonna dance around spoilers like
Okay,
this,
you got a very good point there.
Okay.
there's a death in Red Dead Redemption, but I can't talk about
Spoiler
it.
warning,
Red
alright?
Dead Redemption came out 10 years ago.
What?
Oh, we're talking about the original, not the two. Okay,
I
never
was
mind.
originally talking about the
Okay, so
second
God
one.
damn it!
Unbelievable.
That was almost a good recovery. You could have just lied.
Okay.
I could have, but
Jeez.
I cannot do that, unfortunately. God, this is a disaster.
So one recurring
You're doing
theme
your best.
about death is that certain character tropes are actually predestined to death, and one of those I feel is the mentor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, as I said, like with Star Wars, Obi-Wan Kenobi had to die in order to allow Luke to grow in his own way. I mean, we're going to bring this back to Avatar because who doesn't? But Avatar subverted that trope by separating Iroh and Zuko. Iroh ending up in prison and Zuko leaving him of his own volition and whatnot. And in doing that, Zuko's left to mature in his own right, and like he comes into his own human being alone, which is, you know, through like episodes like Zuko Alone and whatnot, where he sees the devastation of the Fire Nation, how that impacts people, how it's impacted him, and all that self-reflection, which he now realizes, hey, my uncle's been trying to teach me this for like my entire life. I'm a fucking brat.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a brilliant subversion, because it means that you don't have to kill off a mentor, which is likely one of the most beloved characters of the show.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, like people seeing Obi-Wan Kenobi, they absolutely loved him. Well, I mean, they saw him for the first time, but like, if you're a later Star Wars fan, you come off seeing like the prequels, seeing Obi-Wan as a character, or if you see him like in other media, then you just come into the original trilogy and Obi-Wan dies all of a sudden, and it does feel a bit sudden. And sure, he comes back like through the Force Ghost shenanigans and whatnot, but only for like split seconds, you know, like, use the Force, Luke. Just for split seconds and whatnot.
Close enough.
Close. Did I mess up Luke?
You said Luke.
I said
Use the Force. You were too focused on saying use the Force.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
it came off.
You nailed it.
Alright.
Yeah, close enough.
It's
Yeah.
either you get the voice
Yeah.
or you get the pronunciation. You don't get
Yeah. But like typically when it comes to that stage in the main protagonist's like development where they have to conquer the rest of their journey alone and they've learnt all that they can from their mentors, the mentors usually end up dying. Like and that's very recurring, like the inheritance cycle that killed off the protagonists. I mean, spoilers, but like, you should have read that when it was a bestseller and all that shit like half a decade ago, if not a decade ago. But yeah, like they kill off their mentor character. Star Wars has a habit of killing off every mentor character known in existence.
Yeah.
Sign of lazy writing, or just
Ooh.
a real need to look at Force Ghosts more. You never know. I mean, Yoda's death is kind of funny. Like, Luke asks him, like, is Darth Vader really my father? And he just turns around and says, "First I must." And he just dies.
He's like, I'm not
just-
dealing with this.
The oldest being in the galaxy, the most wise of the Jedi Council, doesn't want to tell Luke that his father is Darth Vader. So he just dies to escape that conversation.
I mean, that's pretty relatable. I don't know
It
what
is
you're talking
relatable.
about. Oh
Yeah.
no.
Death.
It is what it is, death.
It is.
So go on.
Thank
Take
you,
it away.
Calan. You carried me there. Thank you.
You have notes. There's some other things you
He's
can
got
talk
a
about.
whole page of notes.
I know.
That's from last time.
Oh.
Which he didn't
He
use.
brought the wrong notes, essentially.
No, I just didn't really make any notes. It was a.
As you said like a couple of minutes ago,
I know.
let me look at my notes.
I know.
You had
I know. I was.
He's
all
good.
right.
You're a good actor.
You're really
okay?
good at acting. You
You
just
are,
gotta
you
stop
really
admit
are.
that
Fooled us.
you're
I
acting.
thought you were prepared.
I know.
really wasn't. No, I kind of got lazy.
Alan, you can just
But
read it.
no, yeah. Death. no, but
That was
actually-
Brandon's segment, everyone.
That's about all I've got. Yeah. No, but
I'm sure I
actually-
can think of something
Yeah, no,
else.
because
Death of villains. Do villains have to die? Go on.
do villains have to die? See, that's one of the most interesting things about it is death can be used as a form of redemption for some characters.
Oh, self-sacrifice.
Yes, self-sacrifice, dying in a heroic blaze of glory, which okay, I can't spoil it. God. Yeah. Okay, so this hasn't happened yet, but it might. One of the characters from Ruby called Ironwood. Now, he's still in the middle of his character.
This
arc.
is speculation, by
It's
the way. But go
speculation,
on, it's heavily
yeah.
implied, and by that I mean we're good at predicting what's going to happen in the next episode.
Yeah.
We have a very good success rate with predictions.
Exactly. He's probably going to die. The guy is kind of a dictator, a little bit.
Oh.
But at the
Emphasis
same
on the
time-
dick.
Oh.
He's well-meaning, though.
Yeah.
He just turned into a dick out of desperation, but go on.
His whole because there's these things called semblances. It's just their personal power, unique to them. His one is literally just to make him go through whatever crazy decision he thinks of. Unfortunately, one of those decisions was to become a dictator.
Oh.
So yeah, and it's for a good cause. It's to save as many people as possible, and it really does deal with a lot of the problems with war in general. How you can't exactly save everyone.
There are no, like, good decisions in war, altruistically, short of ending the war without having to go to war.
Yeah.
Anything after that is just a horrible decision to someone out there.
Yeah. no, because
Yeah.
there's no right side in war, so it doesn't really.
Well, I mean,
We should've talked
sometimes
about
there
that.
is. You know, like the Nazis were wrong.
Yeah, I mean, in terms
There's
of
no
the
real
soldiers,
winner,
yeah,
really.
in terms
Yeah,
of the
there you go.
soldiers,
Everyone
there's never-
loses.
Everyone loses when it comes to war.
It's mostly the people who have the money. They're fine.
Oh yeah, it's
that's
the
what you're-
people
Oh,
who
yeah,
actually
people who
start
war
the war.
profiteer,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
Like
Hitler.
Varric from. I mean, that's the sequel, but that's the only good part about the Legend of Korra.
Oh.
Personally, I feel Varric.
It's alright.
But yeah,
Varric is very good.
that'll be for another day.
That, again, yeah, everything's going to be for another day.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. It means we have content. You know,
Yeah.
people will come back later and see this shit later.
We
Yeah.
will link whatever video that we make.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this and you're like, damn, I want to hear them talk about the Legend of
We're not going to
Korra
remember.
for whatever
We're not gonna
reason.
remember.
We're not going to remember to go
We
back
will.
to episode 4.
No,
We will.
I'm not-
Link.
One day,
I am
someone
definitely
will
not going
tell
to
us.
remember this episode.
Someone will tell
God.
us, maybe.
Someone might tell
Well,
us.
it's
but
your responsibility, dear viewer.
It's fine. Just subscribe, turn on notifications, and you'll be able to find
We're
out.
talking specifically to you, viewer. You know who you are.
Yes.
Tell
Yes.
us.
No, not your friend. You.
Not, yeah, exactly. We're
Not
not
the guy
talking to,
beside you.
not to the person beside you. Not that guy.
Turn off your
you.
phone.
Pay attention to us.
Stop
Look
talking
at
to
the
your mum.
image. Look at the image.
Stop
That's
playing that
reflected.
game while listening. Stop doing exercise while listening to our podcast.
Yeah. Stop drinking.
us your full
Stop
attention.
breathing. Stop blinking.
Stop breathing
Look
and
at
blinking
us.
again, please.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Use your ears. Listen to us. Remind us about linking episode 4.
To
3,
whatever.
One of the other. I think it's 4.
I think it's 4.
This
This
But
is
wouldn't we be
episode
linking
4.
that
Link
episode
that
comes out
episode
to this
to
one?
this episode.
Mhm.
Yes.
And by then, we probably have a functioning setup.
No.
Yay.
Brandon, have some hope.
Have some hope.
You just said this building is probably going to be demolished in the next few
True,
days. I
but-
mean,
Well, yeah, but
We're
by
rich.
then the other building will be rebuilt.
Yeah.
that's true.
'Cause
Exactly.
We're paying
We
them
bribed
extra.
every single builder there, like $20 and a packet of durries to hurry it up.
And a
you know?
packet of durries.
It works.
Or in Australia. Works every
Exactly.
time.
Durries or cigarettes or ciggies,
Is
if
that
you
what
will.
that is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, Brandon had no idea.
I had no idea what they were talking about. I thought they were talking about
Fine.
ships.
You don't need to know.
Ships.
Ships.
Yep.
Stories.
Interesting.
Yeah, I am not
Ships.
qualified to.
You're not
Slang?
qualified to do a lot of things,
Yeah.
such as snake handling.
Who?
Snake handling.
Snake
Snake
handling.
handling.
Ah.
Yeah. You're not
Well,
qualified
no,
to do that.
I don't think any of us would be qualified to do that. Well,
How do
I
you
mean,
know?
Well, I
Calan,
mean,
Calan's
I've
pretty
survived
good.
snake encounters.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a, you know that large grass paddock which is behind the undisclosed location of education?
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
yes. You're gonna do great
Yes,
journalism.
I've taken very liberal walks around there. Actually, we were walking a saint's relic, Saint Teresa's
Oh,
staff.
right, yeah.
Yeah, like I
Oh,
was in the
yes.
procession. I held her staff for a bit.
Mm.
It was in a box. But yeah, while I was holding it, I tread on a couple of snakes.
You
yeah.
just stepped on
Just
the
red,
snakes.
red bellies.
Huh?
Oh,
You stepped on
wow.
a red belly
Yeah, and it pissed off.
and you didn't die.
Yeah, while holding a staff.
Like fully
Well,
grown.
Yeah, just like
It was the
holding it,
staff.
and I didn't even react. I just looked at it. It's like, off you go, little one. I said that facing away from the mic, but yes.
I did see a red belly in the library once. That's the.
In
The
the
library?
library?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was
the
just trying to
library.
get, lit on its literacy.
Yeah, I think it was a baby. It was very small.
Oh, those are the
Oh,
dangerous
okay.
ones.
Those are fine.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
No,
those are
baby
extinct.
snakes, especially the venomous ones, they haven't developed the proper muscle functions in order to regulate how much venom
Yeah.
they force
They
into
just
their prey.
Also,
There's-
they're crazy. They're actually
Yeah.
crazy because they'll just kind of.
Yeah,
attack
they don't.
whatever.
They don't have that fight
Yeah.
or flight instinct properly
Yeah.
built into them. Snakes flight more often than not. Brown snakes not so much. They'll come after you.
We've got those two. We've got
Yeah,
those two.
we had
yes.
an encounter
We
with
do.
those.
Yeah.
But most other snakes will try to piss off first before they try to bite something. Like the venom functions mostly for hunting rather than self-defense. But yeah, the babies don't do that, so they'll just happily run up to anything and bite it, release all its venom, which is enough to kill several dozens of humans as many times over, all
Cool,
into
cool,
you.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Toy.
Very, very,
Very
nice.
tight.
Nice.
Yes.
Welcome to
Good on you, mate.
Oh,
So death.
All right. Wow, that was a tangent.
It
That
was a
tangent,
tangent.
but that's a good tangent. We went from dictators to snakes. Love it.
I love it.
only on the
Corporate
Any
needs
Last
you
Words
to find the
podcast.
difference between these two images. There is none.
Snake? That's like an insult? You can call someone a snake?
Yes, you can. That's the joke.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think I might just wrap up my little segment there because I don't
Yeah.
have much else. Yeah.
Jaden, how are we
Very
feeling
nice.
today? Do you have anything?
I can talk about
You
something.
could talk about something.
I
We
mean,
would love you to talk about something.
I would love for
No
you to
worries.
talk about something.
Please
Well,
save us.
save
Save this
Okay,
episode.
well, I've
Take it out of my hands.
This
Take it,
episode
please.
has been good. I mean,
Objectively.
objectively speaking, it's been well. I mean, okay, I don't want to bring it back to COVID, but I
I mean,
think
go ahead.
I mean,
Do
it's
it.
this
still
is just like an
happening.
experience
Yeah.
that's kind of sprouted from COVID. But my family has gotten into board games.
Yeah.
As they
And
do.
Yes, yes.
Now's the time.
Do you guys know of the game Corkle? I'm not gonna go on
Not-
about it.
No, but
Never
I'm
heard of it.
Please
interested.
explain.
I'm not going to go into great
Elaborate.
detail.
Please
I feel
go
like-
into it.
It
Dude.
is a very, very basic game. It's basically like dominoes, but it's with shapes and colors. If you look at it, you'll think it's for like primary school children.
Oh.
But the
So it
premise-
probably is.
Sorry, yes, it probably. Well, it says ages 6 plus.
Yeah, that might
yes.
do it.
And our average age is like, I don't know, like 33. So, like, you know.
As you do.
As you do. But, you know, that's just something that I kind of thought was interesting recently. This kind of quarantine, COVID kind of situation has brought us back to simple kind of methods of entertainment.
Yeah.
And I think, you
Back
know,
to basics.
board games, underrated right now.
They really are.
Or just like any kind of form of like group game, like, you know, D&D, those kind of stuff, super underrated
Yeah.
right now.
I mean, D&D's not exactly possible because of the COVID.
Well, I mean,
I mean, it
online,
is.
but you'll just can't
Online.
fucking function.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we did have a D&D campaign
We did.
going on, and then it
Yeah.
kind of dropped a little bit.
Well, to be
But
fair,
we
we had
did
the
have-
HSC.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
had
we
exams and
just-
stuff,
yeah.
so we were like,
Now we're just going to uni. That should be easy, right?
Actually, it probably will be easier.
I mean, to be fair,
We're all
yeah,
doing
I
online
only go
learning.
into uni like twice a week.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
I
hoping
don't
to
know
get
yet.
that.
We'll find out.
And like there isn't really homework anymore. It's
I just caught a
like
Whimsicott.
assignments.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Well, I
incredible.
mean, I got it as like an achievement from
Wow.
a thingy. It's-
Live on the podcast.
Yeah, woo!
Calan has caught a.
Whimsicott,
Oh.
a grass and fairy type, which is
Wingull.
currently 0.63
fairy
height. Yeah,
I did not know.
it is a fairy type. It's actually really good and competitive. It had a very massive
Really?
surge when Sword and Shield came
That's
out
what she said.
because they didn't have many.
Who's right?
We shouldn't go into this, but yeah,
That's fine. We're
It
big
was good for
Pokemon
utility.
fans.
it was
All
nice.
Pokemon fans except
We are.
for Jay.
In
Excuse
fact,
me, I appreciate it.
I
Yes.
think all the
She's still a
Pokemon
fan.
fans are in the like people that we know are at this table. So any Pokemon talk is very self-pandering.
Yes.
Actually,
no.
you're into card collecting for Pokemon, right?
Well, I'm into most of it. I like competitive as well and like general
Yeah.
stuff. But TCG,
Is that
I'm
shared
also
by
a
the
fan
rest of
of.
your family? Or do they do
Uh,
similar things?
I mean, your brothers,
Kind
you
of.
got a lot of cards from your brothers, but they were like
Yes.
old collections and whatnot.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
so
I
that's
have
not
to.
still like prominent, or like they're just interested in them.
Oh, not really. They're kind of just like, yeah, they're like yours now in a way. So, sorry, what? Oh, sorry. Hello. Yeah, cards.
I'm currently seated a distance away from Jaden's mic, so whenever he turns to talk to me, he moves away from the mic.
I'm
which is
sorry,
a bit
everyone.
unfortunate.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
But yeah, so if any of the audio drops in quality, that's because I'm just so attractive and Jaden just can't bear to be
So
without
attractive.
me.
It's the nails.
It is.
It
the
really
nails.
is.
Yeah. This episode does come out a week after the episode with Rachel and Charlotte, and if you haven't seen that episode, Rachel does my nails live on the podcast. I get a manicure and I get them coloured a nice deep red burgundy.
Woo.
Mm.
Yeah.
And if you care to listen, you'll be able to find a little tutorial on how she does
Yes.
the nails.
She described like hardly any of the process because we had an episode to get to, but enough.
But we got through
Yeah,
about
we
half
did.
of it. So if
Yeah,
you'd like to
exactly.
know half of it,
It was
Some
great.
pearls of wisdom.
She only cut me into like 2 places.
yeah, she did
I didn't notice.
cause some bleeding.
It's fine.
He'll
You
live.
gotta
He's a
shed a
big
bit of
boy.
blood, don't you?
Exactly. You can't boil eggs without shedding blood. Or is that for satanic rituals?
Of course.
How would you know about the satanic rituals, Calan?
Well, that'll be for
Another episode.
Is that our catchphrase now? It's not Neck Ultimo, but it's just next.
That'll be for another episode.
Yeah. Looks like it.
We've
No,
got a lot
it's
of
starting to
stuff
look
in the
like
making.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've just got pages and pages in the
Much
vault.
stuff.
Yeah.
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 It is what it is.
We got such big plans
Yeah.
for the Avatar episode.
Oh,
We
yeah.
do. The Avatar episode's gonna have to be like a 2-hour special. Could
Actually,
we do
it
that?
could be a two-parter.
God, I don't know how.
Do we want it to
To be
make it a
continued.
two-parter? Or just a
We could-
2-hour
or a
special?
2-hour special.
We'll figure that out later. You'll know when you see a 2-hour upload or a 1-hour upload with a part 1 on the end of it.
That's it.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that's
God,
about
that,
it.
That file would literally be like 14 gigabytes in size.
That is very true.
Yeah, as you do. Jay, did you have anything in mind?
Do I have anything in mind?
Yeah, just anything that's come up in your life recently. I don't know.
Art. Why
Art.
don't we
We
talk
love
about
art.
Let's talk about art.
Yeah.
Alright.
Mhm.
I'm
Brandon,
just
you're
staring
good
at a
at
painting right
Yeah,
now.
that's
so
fair.
I
It is
keep,
a rather
that's like-
gorgeous painting.
Did
I
we
quite
already
like it.
congratulate Jay on Art Express? Did
We can
already?
always congratulate her
We'll
again.
do it again.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
Congratulations,
Jay.
Jay.
Yeah.
Woo!
She made it into Art Express for
Which
her
is-
incredible
yeah.
artwork on.
It's basically on like colonization. I forgot the
Yeah.
word for a second. I was gonna say colism.
Colloquialism.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's just a comment on the relationship between Australia and Britain during colonization.
Yeah.
The impacts on Aboriginal people and stuff like that. Because if you didn't know, I am an Indigenous Australian. Woo! Look at that. We
Hell
have a
yeah.
lot of representation.
We
on
do.
this
We only
podcast.
have one white male individual here.
Exactly.
Wow. We're only like 25% scumbag through genetics. Which
Yeah.
is great.
We love you.
I know. I love me too.
Caucasians' lives matters too.
Yes.
So yes, very diverse.
Oh, you
very
can't
diverse.
say that.
CLM.
That sounds like an insult without it even trying.
White privilege.
Oh, good
Oh
lord.
no.
Imagine actually saying that.
Oh my god. You just did.
The actual,
No, yeah, but I'm Asian, so it doesn't count.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
no, the actual some government dude. I think he's the opposition leader to ScoMo. I don't know. No, the acting.
Oh
man.
yeah,
He
they wouldn't
actually
let the
went on the
opposition
news.
anywhere near.
Yeah, he actually went
he's
on the
done
news
some
and
scummy
said
shit.
he said all lives matter
Yeah.
right there, and
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
He called the
Okay.
jobless like during the Australia pandemic, like fucking couch potatoes and all that crap, telling them
Yeah.
to get off Netflix and shit,
Mhm.
which didn't hurt me personally because I'm too poor to have Netflix, but I'm sure it hurt a lot of people.
Yeah.
I don't even have a designated couch. I just sit on my bed. So like he didn't get any of me
No.
personally at all. He did not encapsulate me as an occupationless youth.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's you can see why he's under ScoMo.
Yeah, it just makes a lot of sense. Like it's basically just ScoMo, but actually he's kind of worse.
Yeah,
he
because
doesn't
he's
have
vocal.
any filter.
He's got no filter. He's saying what ScoMo thinks in his head.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
really nothing much is explicitly changed
No, not
in
really.
the course of
Twins?
twins.
Oh
What?
no.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
they're
And,
basically twins.
And we had John Barilaro take over as acting premier of New South Wales, and he was also a bit of a dodgy. I mean, he's always been a dodgy cunt, but you know, now he's in charge
It's
of
just the
everything.
entire government body. It's just
Yeah.
all dodgy.
The
people.
Liberal government.
Thanks, guys.
For everyone
for
who
voting them in.
understands that reference, comment down below.
I
Say that
do
you
not.
understood.
No.
Well, you just
Someone out there
someone out there.
understands you, Calan.
I'm looking at you, Jack. You know where
You know who
that's
you are.
from.
You know who you are.
Jack, you individual
You
with
person.
that specific name. Jack.
Exactly.
Yes.
Chad.
Chad.
You
Alter
Chad.
ego.
You're a
Yes.
Chad Jack. For understanding that reference, you are a Chad.
You are
In
now
fact, if you
honorary
find that
Chad.
reference on the internet, you instantly become 30% more Chad.
Whoa.
It's proven.
If you get this
Because
far
I'm
into this
30%
episode,
Chad now.
You're Chad.
Yeah, if you get this far into this episode, Jack, you're a Chad.
You're
Yeah.
Chad.
Yes, you are.
I know you don't always get through this far to the episodes, or at least you don't get this far without complaining about it, Jack. But you know, you can try this time. You
Shout
know,
out to Jack.
Shout out to Jack.
Shout
Which
out to
Jack?
Jack.
You
I
never
don't know. You'll never know.
Are we
I
talking
don't
about
know.
you, Jack, or
Jack. Could be you, Jack. You never know, Jack.
You never
Yeah.
know.
Or Jack.
Yeah. But anyways, I have like a, I love art. I have an art account.
All right.
Right,
I
yes.
know, yeah.
We went from
Let
art
us-
to politics.
Let us
Yeah.
indeed.
This podcast, I don't know if you've noticed, DVR, but it always gets political.
It does a little bit. We have some
Because
political
it
opinions.
really does.
It always
just
gets political,
permeate
always
everything.
goes to Avatar, always goes to The Office.
Yep,
Yeah,
and we
that's what
always
I
say
Yeah.
you'll find out next episode.
Yeah.
And I could talk about the politics of Avatar.
Yes, you could.
I
Yeah.
could.
It's
yeah.
got enough world building to do that. So
Yeah, I genuinely
We're
could.
gonna save this for
We'll
the
save
episode.
that for. Actually, it might have to be a 3-parter.
Watch us
getting
get
more-
to that episode though and just go blank.
I should
Just-
start writing
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god, this is going to be a really long. The Avatar
gonna be so
segment
good.
is going to be
Yeah.
huge.
We're
Yeah.
talking a lot about how great this is going to be.
Yeah.
It is. Watch it never happens.
We're gonna overhype it and
I know.
just
We have to wait until we get like 1 million people watching, obviously.
Oh.
Yeah.
a million
Get
subs.
us to 1 million
It's how
subs.
we'll get to 1 million people.
Exactly.
Ah, yes. Road to a
Well,
million.
no, that's how we keep them in.
Hashtag
Yeah.
road to 1 mil.
Each subscriber milestone is when we'll do another Avatar episode.
Each sub individual.
Each sub.
Individual sub.
Yeah.
Because they're coming in that slowly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Just a reminder, guys, why don't you hit that subscribe button? If you enjoyed any part of this video, consider subscribing. And if you would like, please hit
share
that
it with
like
your
button.
friends.
Please,
And
we
share with
need
your
the
friends.
watch time.
Share it with your grandma.
Stop complaining! We love you guys. We appreciate
do.
every single one of you that actually watches what we do.
We know like
That
most
isn't
of
our
you.
close friends, but we also
Yes.
love
We also
you guys.
appreciate our close friends.
Yeah.
Thank
But
you,
just
Jack.
not as much as our viewers.
Thanks, Jack.
Share it around. Go
Only
ahead.
Jack.
Do
Only
it.
Jack.
Share it with your
If we're
mother.
able to get to 200 subscribers by the end of the year, we will have a very special something for you guys.
We'll think.
We'll
We'll
do
figure
a
it out.
calendar.
Figure it out. when
There's
we get
actually
there.
a rival podcast with the same name as us, and they have about 235 subscribers.
Oh, we
last
gotta
time I
beat
looked.
them.
Yeah, so I
Yeah,
would
fuck
love
you,
to.
Any Last Words podcast.
But also, we love you. Collaboration? Question mark?
Actually, yeah, if we do a collab, that'd be fine.
Yeah, we'll take
Yeah,
all
we'll
your
give you all like
subscribers.
5 of our regular viewers.
And you can give us all of yours.
Exactly.
Hopefully they don't listen to this. I'm sorry, guys. You
It's
guys
okay.
are great.
We haven't listened to much of your shit, but what we
I
have
haven't listened
heard
to
is
anything,
nice.
but I just saw your subscriber count and I got sad.
Yeah.
To be clear, we did not know about you guys until after the first couple
This
of
is
episodes,
true.
just in case you think we stole your name,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which we didn't.
Plus, nothing's original.
No.
If
No,
we do
not
it,
really.
if you do it better than us, or if we do it better than you,
Ooh.
that's not, it just be like that. Deal with it and delete your channel.
Exactly. But not after doing a channel raid on us with all your subscribers. Just send them all over.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And donate.
We'll take good care of them.
Exactly.
Donate as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Donate to our
Actually,
non-existent
yeah.
We
Patreon.
need another link.
Check out our link tree.
Yeah, just get some bots going on our YouTube channel. Actually, just put that down in notes somewhere, Jaden. Just
Yes.
just like take note of that.
Sure.
Bot
I'm
channel
notes guy.
subscriptions.
Yep. I'm
That's
doing
Jaden
it.
Okay,
typing.
thank you.
That was me
Yeah.
typing on my phone with my mechanic keyboard.
I mean, let's be honest. It worked for T-Series.
It
Like
did,
there,
it
I
really
mean,
did.
the Indian sphere of YouTube is certainly. I mean, sure, like you want that to develop because it's its own culturalistic ideal sphere. It's its own reality almost.
Bots.
But it's very prevalent under like a corporate district regime.
Okay, so we look
For our
over.
viewers,
Oh no.
Jaden under his notes has written with under the large main head title, Indians underneath bots.
Hey, I'm just the notes guy. I hear and I type.
He is the
you
notes
know,
guy.
with my mechanical
This is
keyboard.
true,
phone.
yeah.
Definitely.
But yeah.
Anyways, I didn't mean to steal the show.
It's fair.
You know,
Indians,
T-Series has like 170 million subscribers.
Yeah, they have like an
now.
outrageous
It's
lot.
insane.
Like
It's insane.
accounting for the population of India, sure.
It makes sense.
It does make sense for them to have an abnormally large amount of subscribers, but what it doesn't account for is their extremely fluctuative viewer
Yeah.
count, and it's very obvious that like the aspects of their corporate is botting for themselves, which is prevalent. Like it's not just them doing it. I'm not trying to attack T-Series. Like sure, that's
We don't want them coming after
yes.
us.
We don't want to cease and desist,
They also
Yeah.
have a
really.
bunch of
It
lawyers
is
supporting.
it's like it's central to that Indian identity when it comes to like the integration into YouTube and like the internet as a whole. But it's also it does besmirch the whole art form, I suppose, and like the
Yeah.
Indian sphere of YouTube has become very like a
Indian sphere of YouTube.
it's industrialized, it's corporate. Yeah. Like I mean, T-Series itself is very exploitative of like a small creators and whatnot. Like it's any industry turns out exactly like that. Like look at Hollywood and all that, and just our own
Ooh.
Western, corporates. It's the exact same story happening in India. But yeah,
PewDiePie.
So yeah, that was a tangent.
PewDiePie. He's
Bitch lasagna.
Yeah, talking about PewDiePie.
yeah, he's almost there. He's like
No, he's
like
there.
60 million subscribers behind. That's all.
Yeah,
We should get him as a guest.
we should. We'll have PewDiePie
Too easy.
on the.
So
Or
I'll
Felix
just ring him up
Skelberg.
on my personal number. Yeah, I'll
Oh,
just ring
yep.
him up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We have connections.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
do.
I'm not
Brandon's
lying.
dad.
Yeah, Brandon's. Yeah.
Brandon's
I mean,
dad.
my
Yeah.
dad. Yeah.
Friend of a friend of a cousin's friends, dead bodies, friends, cousins, dogs, nephews, aunts, estranged uncle.
Just try and get
Yeah,
a
it's
meme
a
review,
strange
and yeah,
Oh, that might work.
yeah.
Oh, okay. We have to
Spam.
be like Dream.
Oh my god.
That's how he did it.
Yeah.
He made so many videos on PewDiePie. Like he found his Minecraft seed,
Yeah, exactly.
and he was like,
This is
like a
genius.
shit poster. Or
Okay,
something.
well, from now on, all of our episodes are going to be about PewDiePie. So the Avatar 5-parter. Clickbait!
And Dream, obviously.
And Dream, obviously. There's all of that. You know what? The Dream SMP has been itching to talk about this.
No.
Fuck!
He said my name again.
We lasted for a very long time.
We
I don't
actually
think we
did.
actually said it until that point.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, but yes, Jay's been itching to talk about it. This is her thing.
Oh wow! Now you're making me sound bad.
Well, I mean, you have been, and it's something interesting.
Is
Okay.
this
Talk
kinda-
about it.
I don't know what this is, so.
Are we doing our last film? Kinda.
Okay.
Wait,
yeah.
what was she
Yeah,
not?
to-
Okay, just undermine.
I mean,
Java's
that's her last
segment.
film.
Yeah, is that like?
Okay,
Oh,
so
is that a
technically,
film?
the Dream SMP
I
is
didn't know
it's
it
like
was.
a roleplay multiplayer server.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's got a storyline,
Yeah,
a
it's
loose
scripted
storyline.
vaguely.
It's scripted, so technically it's
Yeah.
kind of like a film,
Like it's
but it
scripted,
has like
yeah.
over like 100+ hours of watch
Yeah.
time across every single person that's
Yeah.
in there.
It's running off of the improv skills of the people who are involved,
Yeah,
ra-
and actually,
based around.
some people are really good.
Yeah.
I think so. The first kind of I don't know if it's a season, but
it's
it
a
pretty much started with this dude Wilbur Soot. He's a British Minecraft YouTuber.
British, is he?
But he's also a really good musician. You should check his music out.
Oh yeah. 100%.
But he basically joined the SMP with Tommy in it.
Mm.
He's I think he's like a 16-year-old Minecraft YouTuber as well.
As he does.
Nice.
They
Getting
pretty
it.
much inside the Dream SMP, they started their own little faction called I think they called it Lemanberg. Yeah. And they were like, we're separate from you guys because we're British. So it's pretty much what like
Yeah, because it's Tommy, innit?
yeah, 'cause it's Tommy. Yeah, and so like a bunch of stuff happened there. They got blown up at one point. They got betrayed by this guy called Eric. Yep.
Yeah, it'd be
Yep.
like that.
It's going over all of your
Yeah.
heads, but anyways.
Like, yeah.
Bits and bobs, I know bits and bobs.
Yeah, honestly, it's really hard to explain because there's so much that happens.
Yeah.
I like the storyline that happened. Like the main kind of event that happened was when Jay Schlatt
It was introduced for
was
political
introduced.
purposes.
Yeah, so he, Wilberforce
Yeah.
basically had, because he kind of ran like a dictatorship in Lemanberg. He was the president.
It was a dictatorship.
It was a
essentially,
dictatorship, yeah. So he was like, well, I'm gonna do this nicely now. Here, let's have a vote, and he was the only option. So then this guy Quackity, he's
Another interesting YouTuber.
actually really good.
He's really good. I like him a lot.
He's Mexican.
actually. He is. Yeah, to say that right.
Yeah.
He nearly got slammed for making like a Mexican joke or like a reference to something. Even
Yeah,
though
he
is
started
Mexican.
speaking
Yeah,
in
that's
his
right.
native
He was
language
speaking
and got
Mexican
cancelled.
and he got cancelled
Really?
for
Yeah,
it.
Twitter cancel culture is terrible.
I know.
Oh.
It just jumped the gun.
Yeah, and they were like,
disgusting.
"How dare you speak this language?"
I
and
know.
then he's here like,
I am
I
Mexican.
am Mexican, idiots. Yeah. Anyways, so he
See.
joined and he ran against them because he was like, well, it's not fair that there's only one person there. And so they had to get endorsements, right? So he had this guy called George Not Found, which you may know from Dream. He's his like bestie or whatever.
Yeah, just one of the
Bestie
main
with
casts.
smoky bacon. Yeah, very
Oh, no.
questionable sometimes, but no, very good friends. And Wilbur Soot got he got Jay Schlatt as their
Yes.
endorsement, but then Jay Schlatt was like, actually,
Viva la revolution!
yeah, and he decided to run against him instead
Yeah.
because he's Jay Schlatt.
He is Jay
It
Schlatt.
also worked because Jay Schlatt had like this whole kind of campaign for
Yeah.
Jay Schlatt 2020
It did-
because it was
yeah.
like a merch line and stuff like that. I don't know, he had Schlattcoin. There's a whole different like tangents and storylines in
there
the
is
Minecraft
so much
YouTuber
like depth and nuance to this that is actually insane.
It's actually ridiculous for a block game. There's so much happening.
I mean, it's a sandbox game, infinite possibilities, and when you
Yeah.
add like the creative minds to it, a lot of Minecraft series just really take that to the next level.
Yeah, exactly.
Somehow.
See, I thought this was just a speed running thing.
No, well, Dream,
it's a community
Dream is
like
actually
effort,
a speed runner, but
Yeah.
he made an SMP for his close friends, and
Which expanded a bit,
has expanded quite a bit.
quite significantly.
Yeah,
They had KSI on there.
they actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
They
actually,
did-
that was
they
one of the
did.
funniest things I've
Yeah.
ever seen.
So Quackity was able to get KSI on, and
Yeah.
he basically had like a school.
Yeah. Oh, School of Sexual Education.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way. Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon he goes.
Helicopter, bruv.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, because
Very
didn't
cool.
Quackity try to get Quackity had KSI as one of his endorsements, but then
Yeah,
KSI
he
didn't
dropped.
show up.
Yeah.
And so he just stood up there really awkwardly with no like celebrity endorsement.
Yeah.
Then KSI turns up later and teaches the server about sexual education.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's that. Anyways, Jay
Very
Schlatt's
educational.
line, he ends up teaming with Quackity to the votes. They won by 1%, so it was 45% to Wilbursoot's campaign, and then 46% for Jay Schlatt plus Quackity, which is
It was
kind of
very close.
yeah. Anyways, he becomes a kind of dictator. He names himself the Emperor. He has a massive
Yeah.
speech. It's very good.
Assassination attempts happen.
Oh yeah,
they don't
lots-
go well.
No.
So it is scripted.
Partly.
So there's a vague script. So Wilbursoot was responsible for writing the main events of, basically up to 2021.
Yeah.
So it's basically, I think he had different versions of the script for what the
Different
outcome in
scenarios
this
and outcomes,
election.
yeah.
So in one thing he said, I don't know, Jay Schlatt becomes the dictator and banishes Wilbursoot and Tommy in it. For
Which
another
is what
one,
happens.
which is what
Yeah.
actually happened. But then he had another script where it just said, I don't know, Wilbursoot wins, he does this. He builds the wall higher. I think that's what it said.
Essentially.
Yeah. So
I know
it's
bits.
it's mainly dependent upon the
Just the outcome of the
role-playing
improv,
skills.
like where that
yeah,
goes.
improv skills.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That they follow
okay.
a loose script, but then what
Yeah.
actually happens is it's completely genuine.
Yeah, it's all like very genuine, like
that's
the minor
kinda cool.
decisions
Yeah.
and any like flair that they want to
But it's
bring
just in Minecraft.
Yeah.
It's in Minecraft, yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is no detriment to itself,
Yeah.
I'd say.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Didn't
And-
know that was a thing.
Yeah. It's actually very good. But I know,
Yeah.
I think Wilbursoot himself has said that he's stepping back from, Minecraft YouTube for a bit, because it has dominated a lot of his content for a while, which is
It
fair
has,
enough,
yeah.
because it's very
It's
successful.
reasonable, it's working, it's
It's
successful.
working.
It's a good
It's
business
Minecraft.
model.
Yeah,
It's
and it's
Minecraft.
Minecraft. But this has happened in recent events. Some people may or may not have known about a certain YouTuber called Call Me Carson. Got in a bit of controversy.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
reflecting very well across some of the
Yeah,
Minecraft
I mean,
people.
Kingstar put it, right the first time. The Minecraft
Oh, I
community
remember
does
this.
seem to have this as a resurging
They do.
problem. I mean, it's that audience factor. Like, they're certainly appealing to like a younger generation of people,
Mhm.
which has its drawbacks. I mean, obviously, there's also like back when the second YouTube apocalypse, if you will, where they started emphasizing on like the illegibility of monetization of child content and whatnot,
Right.
where like content creators had to label whether they were child friendly or not,
Yeah.
and that could impact their monetization. Like a Minecraft content, certainly with that, like that was, it was still like
It's relatively child-friendly.
it was relatively child friendly and it worked. I mean, there's a lot of bullshit that went with that, but yeah, like Minecraft survived and it persevered, but because of that, the implications of that, it's these adults,
These individuals that play and
entertainers.
get, the
Yeah.
entertainers that get popular, they attract a younger demographic
Yeah.
of their
Yeah.
audience base. Do you guys actually know about what happened with Call Me Carson?
I believe we did
Not
briefly.
cool. I just remember hearing you guys talking about it last time.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, essentially, he's been caught out for sending illicit images to
explicit
minors.
images between himself
his-
and minors,
yeah,
like
so his
exchange and
fans.
their forth.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it's absolutely
Feet
disgusting.
pics, if you will.
But
If you
Yeah,
will.
just for Brandon's sake.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just maintain his childhood.
Thank you. Penis pictures.
It really just came out here.
Really just went straight to the bone. I see. Oy.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
really doesn't want to have his content made for children.
yeah, we're gonna have to check that mark off.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
that rule is very stupid anyways, but yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And certainly how they enforced it as well. Like, I know there were
Yeah.
content creators who were working with, like, figurines and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, unboxing
Oh,
videos
that's right,
with
yeah.
figurines. And they were all, like, pushed down to, like, child content and were unmonetizable. When they're pulling out, you know, these hentai figurines.
Yeah.
I saw something like that. You know Apocalypse 4?
Yeah.
How, gritty and kind of grim that
yes.
movie. Every clip I've seen of it is marked for children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah,
weird.
there's
Oh,
that
it's
corporate
crazy.
favoritism with YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to use this as an example, but like the the monetization and promotion of Nicki Minaj's original video, which Belle Delphine covered, the songs themselves are sure whatever, but when it came to the music videos,
Oh, God,
you see
no.
Nicki Minaj, which is okay. Let's just be honest; it was more explicit. The original source
Yes.
content with Nicki Minaj was significantly more explicit, and it had a lot more, you know, sexualized implications and whatnot behind it. But that was child friendly. That was promoted. It was one of the biggest videos of its time, and it was large. Like YouTube's like, here, feed this to your children, you know. But then when it comes to an independent creator who's essentially done the same thing but watered down on the very things that break down their guidelines, it's the exact opposite. I'm not exactly promoting this kind of content in the first place, but you can certainly tell like the corporate favoritism of YouTube, because like they're trying to distance themselves from that individual aspect of YouTube, and they're almost becoming a corporate. I mean, yada yada yada. We all remember when you couldn't stop seeing Jimmy Fallon all over your fucking
Oh, yeah.
feed everywhere.
It was just late night channels.
It was all late
Everywhere.
night channels, and on
Which, you know, for some people it's great, but for people who don't care about that,
the
it's
only
just
people
like-
who watch late night channel videos are people who watch the late night, you know, TV
yeah,
show.
they're actually
I
watching
the
did.
elderly and whatnot.
I did watch it for Gordon Ramsay when he was the host that one time.
Yeah, like sure.
Yeah, well,
Gordon
it's those little things that you probably
I don't
want
even
to see.
mind it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Gordon Ramsay's presence on YouTube is not an issue with me because it's hilarious, and whoever's behind that account deserves a pay raise with every consecutive video because it gets better. It does not
It's the
wane
same
in quality.
recycled clips.
It is. It's the
But
same clip.
It's just so much
But
better
it
each time
works.
somehow. I don't know what it is, but yeah.
It's genius.
Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay.
He's on TikTok now too.
He is on TikTok.
Seriously,
He's actually
Brandon,
really
get
good.
TikTok for
Brandon,
Gordon
get
Ramsay.
TikTok.
Brandon really doesn't
Follow
like
Gordon
TikTok.
Ramsay.
He literally just duets everyone who thinks they have like the most
Any
bomb
talent at
steak
all.
or just anything, and then he just absolutely destroys
them.
Just like too much garlic, didn't
Yeah.
let it simmer,
God.
and just calls them a donut at the end or something.
Yeah. Well, there
amazing.
are some people who deserve it, like that guy who made a steak cake.
Man,
Oh
what?
yeah, that was.
Yeah,
oh, that
like
was,
he
I
just
had
got like
no
some
idea.
really expensive
Good
prime
lord.
cuts of steak with like decreasing sizes, stacked them on top of each other, and then like covered it. What was it?
I don't even
Like
remember.
I think it was just orange icing.
Yeah, it was
Just
just
covered the whole thing in
monstrosity.
icing, and then just decorated it with like
That's a
Halloween
waste
crap.
of meat.
Yeah,
I know.
Halloween.
Like that would have been hundreds of dollars worth of meat,
And he just
and he covers it in icing, and it's disgusting.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, so obviously Gordon tore his heart out,
Yep.
Oh,
as
of
he
course.
should.
Yeah.
As he should.
I support that.
Yeah,
Man.
exactly. I support Gordon Ramsay and everything. Yeah. How are we looking? Yeah, we're thinking about
We're doing-
wrappy things up.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah,
Looks
well-
like.
One last thing, I suppose, you know. Technically, this is going to be some timey-wimey stuff. Currently, this is in the past, before Jay's birthday, but the time that this episode comes out, it'll be a week after Jay's birthday, which means that for our viewers, I have once again been late in giving someone a gift.
But
No.
also early.
But this is early.
This is early. And
So-
later no.
Now, recently, has become very, very enamored with
knew you were gonna
Disney
say enamored.
Plus.
I knew you were gonna
You
say
knew
enamored.
I was gonna say
I don't.
enamored. Yeah.
It's like the most
Uh,
obscure
yeah.
word, but I knew you were. Sorry, go on. I'm
Just
sorry.
one of the greatest TV shows of contemporary era, The Mandalorian. And I thought
I
to
have.
myself, well, I don't feel like making a Jay lug around, you know, just whatever the fuck I'm going to give to her on her actual birthday, because that's inconsiderate. So if I give it to her both early and
And
late,
late.
by a week, equidistant of each other,
Wow.
then it will
okay.
even out. And I'll have given this to you on your birthday.
Oh my god! Wow! Only 49
I know!
Holy shit!
Was that or a
This
$10
guy.
key ring? I had a very
Oh.
easy decision to make.
Jesus Christ! Oh, that's so cute.
That's for Christmas and your birthday, which is practically in
yeah.
the same month.
Who would like,
Basically.
who would like to describe it
Essentially.
to the viewers?
Okay, so what I got from our lovely host, Calan, was a pop vinyl of little Grogu, the little baby.
Spoilers.
Yoda dude. Oh, sorry. So cut that
People
out.
have
Beep
seen it
that.
by
Yeah,
now.
people should have seen it by
Yeah.
now.
And if you
Brandon.
haven't, it doesn't matter.
I
It doesn't
that.
matter.
I deserve that.
My bad. Anyway, it's Baby Yoda and these little egg things.
Which he loves to eat.
He likes to
He
eat them.
shouldn't.
They're babies, but he's like, yum.
It's a side character's actual babies fermenting
They're
in a
actual
pod.
babies.
Like they're growing baby embryos, and Grogu, little baby Yoda, has an affinity for them as a delectable snack,
Yeah,
which is the most
fair
like
enough.
intense thing. Like you just see him eating this character's babies.
Yeah, it's really kind of, it's
They actually
kinda
looked
sad.
really good too.
It, yeah, I mean,
actually.
fair
It was
enough.
like
You know,
interesting. It was glowing. And it was,
It was.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go into that.
It
but
looks like Jaden would have eaten them.
I would.
Yeah.
I would have.
I feel like you're the kind of
Shame.
person who'd eat like those semi-formed duck embryos inside
Balut?
of the egg. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's very Filipino.
I'm not going to pronounce it
Oh.
because I
No.
butcher it.
That is perfectly
Yeah.
fine.
Have you
Like,
had it before?
Would you? Or
I have
you?
never, like my dad, my whole family, they're like, oh yeah, bullet, that's easy.
Yeah.
If you can't take bullet, then, lightweight.
Oh, if you can't take a bullet, you know.
Sorry, you can't take a bullet, Us Filipinos are hard.
Oh, we're just
Shot
built
that and
different.
survived.
Sorry, balut.
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 Okay,
Yeah, something
balut.
like that. Basically, Filipino
Yeah.
delicacy.
It
It's-
is.
Yeah, just the bird embryo
Of
egg,
the
little
duck,
thingy.
which is still inside of the egg, and you just
Yes, yes.
Wow.
suck it right on in.
That's
Pretty
Bones
much
and all.
we take out the beak,
Oh, you
a
take
little
out the bits which you can't technically
bit.
digest,
Yeah,
but you
but
eat
for the
rest.
most part, yes,
Yeah,
very.
it's all edible.
It is all edible.
Yeah.
Very graphic though.
Oh,
so
and they have to be left around for quite a while.
a bit.
Yeah,
A bit.
These are not like fresh off the supermarket elf.
Supermarket help.
See, in my mind I thought shelf, and then I thought elf on a shelf, and then I just said supermarket elf. So yes, but it's not fresh eggs, off a shelf. It is eggs that have been left around for a bit with a half-formed embryo inside of it, which has
Just
come out to
chilling.
like a baby baby duck or a chicken or whatever.
Very true.
Is it kind of a waste because you're not letting it to grow out to be, a full duck, or is it
In
just
a
more
way.
financially beneficial to just have like the eggs? You know what I mean?
If you're desperate.
Very true.
If you're
I mean, not even
desperate,
like desperation. Is it just cheaper to have like a duck producing lots of balut?
To be honest, I am not that well informed, so I don't want to
I'll have
provide
to find out.
misinformation
Is it
to
a
our
dessert?
viewers. It's not really a dessert. It's just a delicacy
Street
that
snack.
people. Yeah, street
Oh,
Yeah,
snack.
like
it's
a-
like street food.
that-
Yeah, you get it
Yeah.
from like a vendor or something.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Yeah, so just any time of day,
Yeah.
little
Or you can
When
have
it strikes
midnight
the-
snack,
Balut?
just balut.
Get
Yeah.
us to 1 million subscribers and we'll all eat balut.
Yes,
on the
we will.
podcast.
Yeah.
My dad will bring us some fresh bird egg
Not very
embryos.
fresh. That's against the point.
Oh right, yes.
Oh, God.
Some fermented.
Are we making this promise?
I
Yep.
suppose
Ah.
so.
Jesus.
1 mil and we
Hopefully, no
eat
one holds
duck.
us accountable to
If
this.
we actually do get to 1 million and then someone's like, why aren't you guys eating balut?
Just Jack, just remember.
Oh,
Oh,
the
it would be
Jack.
Jack. Yeah,
Jack.
Jack. That's your thing now.
Yep, that's his thing. Okay.
If you
Yeah.
got this far into the episode, but yeah.
Yeah.
Balut.
Thank
I
you
don't know how we
everyone
got
for
to
coming
that.
out. Yeah.
Yes,
John
thank
was
you,
like-
everyone.
Well, from
Oh, thank
eggs.
you.
Yeah.
All right,
No, I
yes.
was just
For
pointing
eggs.
that to like mention eggs. Yes.
Oh, thank you for the egg.
It's okay. You can have the eggs. In fact, there's multiple eggs, not just one egg.
Oh, that's true. There's actually many.
There are multiple.
I think there's actually one more question that we have to ask ourselves.
I think there is.
Was that a good use of my finances?
Yes.
Does Brendan
I would say
feel
yes.
satisfied with his existence?
No.
Oh.
Will I finally get my act together?
Find out next episode on the Any Last Words podcast.
Next episode.
Yes,
Do
I
we
don't
have
know.
a guest next episode?
I believe
Yes,
so. That's
we
the
do.
intent.
We will.
We will be
Yes.
talking about exams and the HSC.
Oh,
And what
good
comes
Lord. Oh
afterwards?
God, the
Yeah.
trauma.
Yep. So if you guys want to
We all
suffer
did
with
well.
us
Yeah.
and also cry with us, Join us for
Or
that.
laugh like me because I was drunk off my ass for half of it and I still did
Did well.
perfectly well.
Yeah.
Hell
Yes, you
yeah.
did.
Might
Yes,
even
you
do
did.
an ATAR reveal. Just kidding.
I did just well enough. I'm not ready to share my ATAR just yet.
Okay, maybe a
Actually,
couple months.
Let
I
it
don't
sink
know.
in.
Yeah.
Alright,
Awesome.
so
Any last words?
Well,
That
that
was
was
weak.
just amazing. Wow.
please cut that bit out.
No,
Past me, don't cut it out.
No,
Again,
no.
your flaws.
In
are
fact,
endearing.
make a remix out of it past me.
Oh yeah,
Any
whoops,
last-
I accidentally just shouted it out of nowhere. My bad there.
Yeah,
He's working on it,
he's
guys.
working on it.
Really not.
We all get really quiet whenever I hold up my fingers to like do a countdown.
Well, they've got nail polish.
They
so
do. So like
I'm-
everyone's looking at my
I'm
gorgeous
enamored in
nails.
your fingers
Exactly,
right now.
exactly. Enamored by the rich burgundy, deep coloration of my fingernails.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Don't forget to ask yourselves at home.
Necotima
verba.
There we
any
go.
last words?
Any last
Thank you
words?
for coming out, ladies and
We'll
gentlemen.
see you next episode. Follow us on ALW Podcast everywhere.
Woo!
Even on Tumblr.
It's in our description.
Yeah. See ya. Bye. That was wonderful.